If I'm Watson, I would just if I'm going to the Dolphins, I'm getting a great coach, great defense, and a great wideout as well. And Devontae Parker. Gesicki is a great tight end, and I got a pretty good running back in Myles Gaskin. That's a pretty good life there. But the Jets is not a that's not a bad. Salah seems pretty well liked by everyone. He seems like a good coach. They got a pretty good receiving core, and they have a lot of cap space for free agency, so they can fill a lot of the holes they have this free agency. Just matters if the Jets get something right. Get it right. They got it right a couple. The Le'Veon Bell signing was fine. It was just they hired the wrong guy to take care of Le'Veon Bell. If Le'Veon Bell were under Salah, he'd be fine. Because Salah knows what he's doing. Hopefully. So Greg Olsen retires officially. He's had a great career. He made a Super Bowl with the Panthers. He was the best tight end for a good 2 to 3 years. So congrats to Greg Olsen on a great career. And we are on the last topic of today. And that is... are the Super Bowl windows for every playoff team except the Washington football team. I'm going to go over whether or not the Super Bowl window. Every playoff team except the Washington football team. I'll tell you whether or not the Super Bowl window is open for them, or closed, or halfway. All right, so here we go. Bills. This is an easy one. They're open. Dable's coming back. They didn't lose him. They were very great this year. Allen's only getting better by the second. He'll be an MVP in a couple years, I believe. I think that's no question. They're wide open for them. Steelers, I'm going to go with closed here. Big Ben is old. He's washed. He's done. They haven't won an AFC Championship game since 2010. And it just seems to be crashing down for them. They can prove me wrong next year. There's been many times where we thought teams were crashing down and it didn't happen. So Titans, I'm going to go halfway. And the reason I'm not going open is because they have notable free agents, notable players that are free agents this year. But they got a good coach. They got a top 7 quarterback. They got the best running back in the league. And they could fix up their pass rush, which is pretty rough. But they can fix that up. And I think it's halfway open right now. Ravens, easy. This is an easy open. Lamar is great. Their offense is great. Their defense is great. They have a Super Bowl winning coach. I think that's no question. That's a Super Bowl. That's an open window for me. Browns, I'm going to go halfway here. But see the difference between the Browns and the Titans. I think the Titans are like they're closer to being closed than open, because there's a lot of free agents they can lose this year. So they just got to sign those, and then they're back on track. The Browns are halfway, but they're moving forward. They don't look like they're moving backward. They still need to fix up some defensive positions, and I think they got to get rid of Odell. Without Odell, Baker Mayfield threw 20 touchdowns, 2 picks. I just think Odell has to go. Bears, halfway, and I'm a Packers fan. It took a lot for me to say that they're halfway open, because I hate them. But they have a good coach. I like Matt Nagy. They have a Super Bowl winning defense. They have a good running back in David Montgomery. They have Allen Robinson, pretty good receiver. They don't have a bad receiving core, but who's their quarterback? There's the problem. Get a quarterback and you're all right. If they get Deshaun Watson, they're a Super Bowl team. So they're halfway open. The Colts, their door is open. They just have to get a Watson or a Stafford at quarterback, and they're set. They have a great O-line, a great defense, and I think Jonathan Taylor is the real deal. I would rather see Stafford go there than Watson. And not just for... honestly, they'd be more boring with Stafford, but I just feel like Stafford's a better fit. for them than Watson is. So they're open. Rams, I'm gonna go with halfway. I would lean more towards open for them. They have a bad cap space, and I don't know where they should go with Goff. He's proven that he's capable of winning a Super Bowl, but he seems to be uncomfortable right now and lacking confidence. But I think McVay is smart enough to work this out. So it's halfway right now, but we'll see what happens. Seahawks. Halfway open right now. They seem to be going downhill. Wilson's great. He always will be. And he can make it work out with Pete Carroll. But Tyler Lockett and Jamal Adams are free agents this year. So Wilson will be without a safety net. And like Lockett's his safety net. Metcalf is his main receiver. But when Metcalf is guarded, who do I give it to? Lockett. Easy. Now, people like Wilson and Rodgers have proven that they can take teams far with just one good receiver. Rodgers only had Nelson. He only had Adams when he made the Super Bowl. Wilson, he can do fine with just Metcalf. So they're halfway because I think Wilson is just so good that he can do anything. But they just don't seem like they're open yet. Packers wide open. Here's why the Packers are wide open. They have the best receiver in the league. They made it to the NFC Championship without Bakhtiari in the lineup. They have a great O-line and a solid defense. And Rodgers proved that he still has about 3 more good years left in him. So I'm confident Rodgers will. He still has 3 more good years left. It just depends if he goes Drew Brees in these last 3 years or Tom Brady. We'll see what happens. I hope it's Tom Brady, obviously. I would love. I know eventually I'm going to see a So here's basically my favorite teams. Ironically, the Cavs are the only team I've seen win a championship this year in my life. I haven't seen the Yankees win. I haven't seen the Packers win. I know I'm gonna, but I'm hoping it comes up soon. Anyway, last but not least, the Saints. Their door is closed, I think. Breeze is gone. They're going to have to reset at quarterback. And as good as the quarterbacks on the market are, I don't think the quarterbacks on the market fit Sean Payton's offense. Like, none of them. I'm sure the Saints will be back quicker than we expect. But can't be too sure. Let's not make any promises here. Alright, so, good stuff here. About, 55, almost an hour podcast here. Good stuff. This is Dylan Miller on a show called Daily Dose of Dylan. I believe I'm on Spreaker as well. This is actually where I record my podcast. I think I have 35 downloads here. Let's raise that up a bit. Google Podcast, Spotify. This is Daily Dose of Dylan. Have a great day.